new relationship milestone, and we have all the details. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Zach Weinberg.
And I'm Tony Morris.
And this is the Hollywire Tea Party. Woo!
Whoops. That was supposed to be my part. Was that supposed to be my part, Gabby?
Yeah, it's okay, Tony. I got you. I got your back. Okay, guys, so this is what just happened. Dixie D'Amelio, she just admitted that she loves her boyfriend, Noah Beck, on the Early Late Show with Dixie D'Amelio. This is a huge milestone for Doa. And yes, guys, that is the proper Dixie Noah ship name, not Nixie, as Nixie was a ship name for Dixie and Hype House member Nick Austin last year. Thank you, Kelly from Doa Updates, for clarifying this for us. Dixie just had Jaden Hossler on her talk show. Halfway through the show, Dixie got put in the hot seat, and Jaden asked her the question, saying, now on who she loves, Noah. And Dixie laughed uncomfortably as Jaden added, is that something that we can say? And Dixie smiled and said, yes, which blew Jaden's mind, because prior to that, that was the first time that Dixie ever publicly said that she loves Noah Beck. And Jaden said, that's really actually cute. Not going to lie. Yeah, no one knew that, because that was really the first time. But apparently Dixie and Noah have been saying, I love you all along, which is huge. And we are so happy for them. Guys, what do you think about this?
Love is in the air. People are in love, Gabby. This is all about the LOVE. Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. There is a difference between love and being in love. I feel like it's so different. Like, I say love you to, like, everybody, like, even random people on the street, like, love you. So even though they are dating and they're, like, saying I love you to each other, it's different when you're saying I love you versus you're in love. So until Dixie says that she's in love, then it's different. I think it's different.
Do you say I love you to random people on the street, Zach?
Sometimes I do, yes. Just got to spread positive energy out there on the
love.
streets in Hollywood.
I think that they are the other love, though. I feel like there is like a real love.
Yeah, I do
they're
too.
Together every night. They're going out to dinner. I've seen our paparazzi between them and them hanging out, and I feel like they're together. You know, they need each other like a real love couple needs each other.
Yeah, I don't think this is a casual, like, love ya. This is a ILOVEYOU, which is a big deal. And I do think this is a milestone in their relationship. And yeah, we know they've been spending so much time together. I mean, this is turbo dating. They have been inseparable for at least 2 months now. And who knows, it could have been longer than that, because all we know is what we see on the paparazzi. They could have been, you know, hanging out low key prior to that. So I would say this is a big deal, but we want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this, do you think that it was a casual love you, or do you think that this was the big relationship milestone of I love you? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys think this is like a real heartfelt love, marriage, relationship thing happening, put LOVE, just simple LOVE. But if you think it's just like a Zach love, like you just see somebody on the streets like, oh, I love you, just put LUV. Put LUV.
LUV.
You know, not as strong, but the LOV. I want to see that somewhere in the comments somewhere. Just everybody to start putting that out there so that we can see what you think this is. Do you think that they're really in love?
It sounds like they are. I mean, they have been serious. They have been now publicly serious. They also just celebrated 1 month together, which is a big relationship milestone. And I will say, I mean, I don't know how soon is too soon, but I've seen relationships go from, you know, being official boyfriend and girlfriend, and then within the first month of dating saying I love you. But you know, it's different for everyone. It really is. I think I also know people that go months, maybe even a year of dating someone before they say that. I think it's really about being on the same page, and it seems like Dixie and Noah are really on the same page about where they see their relationship status.
Yeah, they're totally obsessed with each other. But this is young love. They're obsessed with each other. They're probably super infatuated with each other. Everything is so new. I'm not sure if they've had like serious relationships in the past. Like, this might be their first like true love. So good for them. You know, we're all happy for them here. Hashtag Doa.
I love that.
Yeah, and also their first, like, it could be their first like semi-adult relationship. I mean, because they are kind of like in their early 20s, late teens. Like, this is not a high school romance. Like, they're kind of out on their own. I know Dixie has her own place now. They're away. I mean, Dixie's parents are there, but Noah's away from his parents. So there is a feeling where this kind of feels like the real deal, even though they're so young.
How did they come up with this ship name, Doa? Who invents that? How did that even come
The
about?
fans invent that.
Well,
Like,
the fans invent
Dang.
it, and there's an Instagram account that keeps you up to date on all these things. There's Doa updates, and I spoke to Kelly from there, who corrected me because apparently fans were shipping Dixie like a year ago with Nick Austin from Hype House, and so Nixie was already used. So I think the thing with ship names is you can't have the same ship name for a different ship. If that
Of
makes
course
sense.
not.
of
Yeah,
course
of course
not.
not.
So you have to mix it up. Like
You
if
gotta mix
Justin
it up.
Bieber dated someone else with an Ina, like after he couldn't take Jelena anymore. That's gone.
Like
Right?
Serena.
And Selena could never date someone with a J name and go by Jelena. She has to pick a different one.
So Doa is the best that we got. I mean, it's not bad. It's not the cutest ship name, Doa, but it's not bad. It's different.
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
Doa.
Cute.
Yeah.
I think they're
Doa.
Doa.
Well,
Yeah.
Dixie D'Amelio and Noah Beck, or Doa, as we have now know, they just celebrated 1 month of officially dating, and that is after months of denying that they were dating. The tea was spilled. The two actually had been dating for a while now and weren't just, quote, a couple of besties, as Dixie once told the paparazzi. This happened when leaked footage of Noah Beck from Awesome Miss TV dropped, where Noah admitted that he was indeed dating Dixie. Apparently, that was not how the couple wanted to announce this news that they were officially dating. They also admitted it on Thomas Petrow's YouTube channel when Thomas wallpapered Dixie's room with pictures of Noah Beck. Well, now the two are officially dating, and they just celebrated a month of dating, which Noah just posted about on his Instagram story in a shot of him and Dixie in face masks in the car. Noah added the text, "Happy 1 month, bub. LOVEU with a heart at Dixie D'Amelio." So this is something they're saying to each other. They're saying,
So
I love you.
I have some tea, guys. I have some tea. So I rewatched the Awesome Miss TV YouTube video this morning, and when Noah was asked if he loves Dixie, he asked the production, he was like, when is this video going to come out? And the production responded, in 1 month. Then the production, I guess, leaked the video because Noah admitted that he was in love with Dixie, or that he was dating Dixie. So he wasn't, they didn't want to announce it that way. I guess Awesomeness TV leaked it because they could, and they wanted to get the press about it and the exposure for it.
But wait, he didn't say "I love her" on that. He said that they were.
He said he was dating her, but he asked when they were going to reveal it, and they lied to him that they were going to, and they revealed it sooner than they were supposed to.
We would never do something like that.
We would never.
Never, Noah. Why would
we've
you
never
trust
really
somebody like that? Jiminy Christmas.
And if you've seen the original video, which has now aired, so that video ended up coming out after like the full video came out, after they announced it on their own terms. But in the full video, it's basically Noah answering the most Googled questions about himself. So obviously who he's dating is one of it. And that's how it started, is the question of who are you dating? And Noah said Dixie. But yeah, the thing we didn't see off camera is he wanted to know when the video was coming out, because I guess him and Dixie had a plan on when to release it, and also saying that they were officially dating. I think a big factor in it was looking out for Griffin Johnson and not hurting his feelings, being respectful for him, even though, I mean, he did cheat on Dixie.
I think he seems fine.
He's fine now. But
fine.
But if you look at paparazzi videos of Griffin when Dixie and Noah were first spotted together, he seemed a little hurt about it. I mean, now he's making TikToks with Noah. He seems pretty chill about the whole thing.
He's going out with Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah, well.
Like, he's going to the gym. He's living his life. He doesn't seem to be bothered. I know we're going to get into Noah's YouTube video, but Griffin was in the video, and he did not seem bothered at all when Noah was getting asked questions about Dixie. So he seems like he's moved on with his life.
Yeah. And when the Hollywood Fix recently caught up with Griffin, he did say that he really hopes the relationship lasts and he wishes them nothing but the best. And he said the one thing that he was concerned about them for them, not like wishing them bad, but he's like, I hope the internet doesn't ruin it for them. Because, we see that a lot with relationships, that things come out, words get twisted, or perhaps he was speaking on his past relationship with Dixie and how, in a way, the internet, to his defense, maybe ruined their relationship. But I also would say, having those text messages anyway is what ruined the relationship. He just got, the platform was the internet that broke it for him. So
I didn't want to bring up the whole Griffin thing yet. We're going to wait till the end of this. But since we're already there, I mean, Noah Beck actually seems like a really genuine, good boyfriend. So I'm happy for Dixie, because doesn't he I mean, I don't know. I've seen him in a lot of interviews. I've seen him in a lot of press, the way he talks. He's very humble. He's very like, I just feel like he's
Down
probably
to
a
earth.
really good guy. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
Yeah.
lucky. I mean, that's to get a good guy like that is phenomenal. You never know who your loved one's gonna be. You're only 1 month into this. 5 months into this, we're gonna find out some crazy stuff. Who knows? But like, I don't feel like Noah will go down that path. I don't think he's gonna be wanting feet pics. I think Noah is like where's he from?
I
He's
think
from
Arizona,
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Arizona. Okay. I'm not gonna no judgment here, but I'm just saying that like I feel like there's some like really good morals behind Noah Beck. Not only that he's just extremely ripped and like you can just tell like when you hear the guy talk, he's just like he's humble.
He seems
he's
like a very sweet and down to earth guy. And Dixie was saying on her early late night show that he is perfect and that he's too nice sometimes. So sometimes there is a problem when you're dating someone that is too nice.
No.
Like that is a fault. That could be a fault. When you're dating someone, you want the push and the pull sometimes. You want to argue. Arguing could be fun. So maybe him being too nice could catch up to her. Maybe they could have problems. Who knows?
Zach. This
There's no such thing as too perfect.
This could be a good thing for the future for her.
An absence of passion, like I think a lot of people,
Yes.
which is not always healthy. I think a lot of times that we want the push and
Mm-hmm.
pull in a relationship, but that's really sometimes that could lead to a toxic relationship.
Dangerous.
And I think what Dixie and Noah have is very healthy. And that, yes, everyone says he's a great guy. On his YouTube video, which we're about to get into a little bit more, his parents and his sisters, he has sisters, older sisters, and maybe an older, I don't know the exact ages.
I think he has two younger sisters, and that's it.
Younger sisters.
Nailed it. See, and that's probably why he's really a good guy. See, he understands.
For sure.
He's got sisters. He's he's relatable to other women. Women probably he understands women because he has sisters. Didn't know that.
Also, even
That's
though
huge.
he's affiliated with the Sway House, he doesn't really have the typical party boy behavior.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't drink and he doesn't do drugs, and he's never drank or
Well,
done
he
drugs.
is underage, so we would hope that he wouldn't drink or do drugs. But to be in LA and be in this party house that is the Sway House, like I'm honestly shocked that he's never had a sip of alcohol.
And that's
all right. That's great.
That's totally
really liking
fine.
this Noah Beck after this conversation. Really like this guy.
Yeah.
He has a really clean image. I think he's kind of like Addison, like just a very sweetheart, good image. And Dixie's pretty sweet too. I mean, I think she comes from a good family. So I think they're cute together, right?
I think they're so cute together. We have fans fighting and hoping that their ship name could be Nixie, but we already clarified it. It's Noah. You can't have a ship name for the same ship name for two different ships. It doesn't work like that, guys.
Doesn't work like that, guys.
It doesn't work like that. Well, guys, apparently Dixie and Noah, they have been dropping the L word to each other privately, at least for a while now. Noah Beck just launched his very own YouTube channel with a video titled The New Truth About Me. This video was shot a few weeks ago when the Sway House all took lie detector tests with comedian Jason Nash. The video opens up with Bryce Hall and Josh Richards coaching Noah on how to properly do a YouTube video intro. Noah then takes a lie detector test where he admits that he found Griffin's diss track about him to be catchy, and he also revealed that he is formally dating he is dating Dixie. And formally dating her, meaning like actually really dating her. It's also important to remember that when this video was shot, it was before Noah and Dixie admitted to the public that they were in fact dating each other. So there were a lot of things that could have been leaked before Awesomeness TV leaked that video of Noah, because I think privately in her circle, everyone knew they were dating each other. And now we're learning that I guess they've been saying I love you for at least a couple of weeks now.
How wild was that? Like you're like part of this inner circle, and like you're like, guys, please don't tell any. I mean, do you think that they were like saying like, don't tell anybody that we're official? We all know we're all close friends, because I feel like their circle knew obviously that they were together. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think you have to tell them. I think if they're real friends, and they all are famous, they all can have things leaked about them. So I don't think you have to tell them. And it really shows that these celebrities do have a timeline. They have this public image that they're maintaining. Everything comes out at a certain time. And also, like we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, when you're dating someone, you don't tell people until you're more serious and you know you actually like them and want to be public with them. So everything is on a timeline here when they're announcing. They probably said I love you to each other 2 weeks ago, for example, like before they want to announce it to the world.
It also shows that they know these celebrities in this circle are really actually close friends with each other and care about each other, because they don't want to damage or hurt somebody else's opinion. They just don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah.
So they don't do that. Chase Hudson probably knew the entire time. The entire time. He's in every paparazzi video with him, going to every single dinner, in every car. Chase is just a really good dude, so he's like, why would he? It's not none of his business to tell the world, which is really cool, I think.
And Charlie too. Charlie would never rat on her sister, and it's funny too because Charlie.
She might.
Charlie even said I guess she wouldn't rat. Charlie, I feel like would call her sister out, but I don't think she would spill her sister's tea, if that makes sense. Because Fletcher of the Hollywood Fix had asked Charlie a bunch of times about what's going on with Dixie and Noah, and Charlie kind of remained tight-lipped. We have that famous clip where they asked, they're at the beach and they were wearing their swimsuits, and Charlie snaps back, well, what do you wear to the beach, Fletcher? And she also said, I would never lie to you.
Charlie is the best with paparazzi. She has the funniest clapbacks and cover-ups. Because she's so naive and innocent. It's just so funny when she talks to the Hollywood Fix. I always get a kick out of that. Yeah,
she is the unproblematic queen, amazing. But yeah, to think that no one spilled this tea. And, when you think back to Dixie and Griffin, remember Thomas Petro was the one who outed their relationship as being a real thing. And we're seeing the same thing now. It seemed like Thomas was going to do it again for them, but that the leaked footage kind of got out there first.
Mm-hmm.
So how did she announced that she loved him because Jaden actually got it out of her in that interview.
And Jaden probably knew already because he's he's part of this, he knows the Sway Boy, he's with the Sway Boys all the time. And so he looked just as shocked when she said, he was shocked that she had said that. It was almost like he was saying, oh, I didn't know you're opening up about this to the public. The inner circle knows this. I didn't realize that this was going to be public knowledge now.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so important to have good friends around you, a good circle around you in general, but especially when you're in Hollywood, when you're famous and you have cameras following you, it's good to have that circle, that support system, because then things like this don't get leaked too early.
Right. And that they have your back because, otherwise, there's so many outlets, there's so many platforms that this information could have came out. And I think it's good that they kind of got to have some control over it, and that it was none of their friends who were outing this information. It actually ended up being a leaked video. So I think that speaks a lot about who their friends are.
So these lie detector tests that everybody's taking, how accurate are they? Are they the real deal? Is this just an Amazon purchase? So what's going on out there?
Something with a lie detector test, though. I'm always curious about this because I think with a lie detector test, it's yes, it detects lies, but also if you believe something to be true, which to others could be a lie, I don't think it reads that as a lie, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and I remember hearing something about lie detector tests that you can trick the system. If your energy stays calm, your nerves, if you can control your nerves, you can get away with lies on these lie detector tests. So I don't know how accurate they are, but I do believe they have some form of accuracy.
Absolutely. Well, so here's a little bit more about what happened with the lie detector test. So Noah opened up even more about his relationship with Dixie while he was taking this lie detector test by admitting that eventually down the road, he would marry Dixie. And that was considered to be true. But the lie detector test did pick up that Noah, while he denies it, actually once had a crush on Miss Addison Rae. Noah also admitted that if he wasn't dating Dixie, he could see himself dating a fan, which he clarified by saying, I wouldn't say a fan, like a non-influencer. Noah also got grilled by his parents via FaceTime, who admitted that he spent the night at Dixie's a lot. And Bryce joked, what night has he not spent at Dixie's?
Oh my gosh.
Noah told Dixie that he loved her at least a couple of weeks ago because when his sister asked, have you already told Dixie that you love her? Noah said yes, which blew the Sway Boys' minds. Also keep in mind, this video was shot a few weeks ago. But yeah, I think that was probably the first time that people found out that Noah loves Dixie. Maybe they didn't know if Dixie loves him back. But now it seems like a thing they're saying to each other.
And this is why they wait. This is why they wait until the YouTube video comes out. So that way they can get I love you. And then everyone's like, wow. And then they have to tune into the YouTube video and then they get more views. This is how this all works.
And the fact that Dixie's show and Noah's first video came out around the same time, makes perfect sense. Because it's you get part 1 of the story on Dixie's video, part 2 on Noah's video.
There's so much you said in that, Gabby. I would love for everybody to start commenting, like the little wedding ring. Go find that wedding ring. Put the emoji wedding ring right next to what's the ship name?
Doa.
Doa.
Put wedding ring Doa. Wedding ring Doa. I always want to see the comments just flooded with wedding ring and Doa, because I mean that's what he's thinking here. He's thinking marriage.
Oh my God. I mean, like, I'm happy for them, like, good for them, but they are 19 and 20. Like, no, you're not getting married. Like, who are you fooling? Like, who thinks about marriage at that young?
It's a lie detector.
But I don't know. I think there's something interesting though about like when you reach a certain level of fame and success, I feel like people start settling down faster than if they were quicker. An average 19 or 20-year-olds.
Yep.
And we've seen it. I don't have a specific couple that comes to mind. If you guys know of one, like let us know. But I feel like we've seen famous couples that were 19 and 20 get engaged and get married. And some of those relationships do last and others don't. It kind of depends on, you know, sometimes people say when you know, and or when you know, but so
wow.
Super good, Gabby. Super good.
Super good, Gabby.
But also because
there hasn't been any red flags yet. So I don't know. I feel like if they continue on this path and they both are still in the same place and they want the same things and they're on the same page, I mean, who's to say they're not going to take this relationship to the next level?
Who is to say?
Wedding rings in the comment section, guys. Wedding rings.
I mean, once you become famous, the dating pool, it's never the same. You can't go back to dating people. You don't trust people the same. You don't know who's using you for what. Also, your options become a lot less limited. Not everyone wants to date someone that's famous. So I think that is, to answer your question, why famous people settle down earlier and why they find the one earlier. There's only how big is this pool?
Zach, the real reason is this. The reason why celebrities and people with I guess they've achieved a lot at a young age, they do it because they can support it. You know, a lot of people don't get married and have kids because they can't support the family yet, can't support the kids yet, can't get a house yet. And that's really what marriage is in the day, you two living together and doing your thing. But that's one reason why a lot of people at a young age at celebrity level get married early, because they have the money, they get the funds quick, and they actually have achieved a lot in their life in such a quick age. So they see life on a very fast way. Gabby, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I would also say that it's not just Hollywood. I feel like it's anyone who at a certain age has the financial means to start a family. I feel like they will start doing it. I feel like we see it more common with women. That's just how it is. But I mean, when I think of like people I went to high school with who have a ton of money, like a lot of them got married in their early 20s because they had the means to support it. Granted, it was coming from their parents, but like still good for them.
Yeah.
And I will say that the comment section right now is blowing up with that engagement ring emoji. People are all about Doa.
Rings.
Oh my gosh.
They want it. Doa to have
she better
it.
get a big rock.
What they say. First comes love, then comes marriage. So we're really at the love phase right now. Marriage,
and then comes a baby in the carriage.
Exactly. And this relationship seems to be moving pretty quickly. I mean, they've been dating for a month or two, and they're already saying I love you to each other. I know we talked about every relationship being different, but if this keeps going on the same path,
they're going to watch this and be like, God, our future was really sped up in that conversation.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, you know, and they're acting together. So Dixie and Noah also were just in Zoe 101. They had that video that came out, this music video, and they were in it where they shared yet another on-screen kiss. And so I would kind of say that the one thing that might prevent this relationship from being, you know, marriage someday, I think Noah's career is the big question mark, because we know he wants to be an actor and he's getting opportunities. I mean, he just had this great opportunity in Zoe 101. He also
which was my whole entire childhood, by the way, Zoe 101. Right. So it's so weird to see these influencers collabing with them.
We also saw it with, I mean, he was in Dixie's music video, but you know, a big part of being an actor, especially an attractive actor like Noah Beck, he's going to get cast as a love interest. And Dixie won't always be able to be his co-star. So, you know, that could lead, that's a lot of reasons when we look at actors' relationships not working out. Yes, maybe they marry early. Actually, a couple, Tony and I were just talking about today, Reese Witherspoon and Ryan Felipe. They got married in their late teens, early 20s, and they had kids, and they were at that stage. But then in the long run, that didn't work out. So
But
I don't
Freddie
know.
Prinze Jr. worked out, Gabby. But Freddie Prinze Jr. worked out.
Freddie Prinze Jr. worked out. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. got married very young, and they are still together, and they are still goals. Although I will say Freddie Prinze Jr. is not acting as much as he was in the 90s, which I personally feel I miss that.
I see a big acting career actually out of Noah Beck. And you
too.
know what we were like the beginning of this conversation, I was saying, I think Noah Beck is a truly good, honorable, respectable, very humble guy. I feel like he could like play any romantic lead with any other romantic female. And I feel like the other female will probably go up to Dixie and be like, man, you have an amazing boyfriend. And he's just a really genuine, because I feel like he's a really genuine guy. So Dixie needs to hold on to this guy.
Yeah, you know, Noah has that Tom Hanks appeal, which is kind of just like super likable. Like everyone likes him, like unproblematic, which is also, I feel like, a D'Amelio thing too. So yeah, I could see him having an acting career. We know he's auditioning. Every time he talks to the paparazzi, he always says that he's working on his self-tapes. And we also know on that same awesomeness video, he did say that a goal of his is to win an Oscar someday. So I mean, I think that's really
Start
exciting.
manifesting.
I could see him having a career similar to maybe Channing Tatum.
Ooh, wow.
I'm thinking like Liam Hemsworth.
Nailed it.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Do you guys want to get into some of the other truths that Noah revealed in this live
Hold on real
lecture?
quick, because I wanted to also touch on something I think that's really interesting. What you said was this, and this is really important when it comes to relationships.
Listen up.
Staying at the other person's place. Or you're staying at your loved one's place, or they're staying at yours, vice versa. And I feel like who's we bring somebody on all the time that's a relationship coach. Gabby, who is it?
Anthony?
I feel like I'm Anthony right now.
Okay.
I'm Anthony. I'm playing the role of Anthony. The thing is though, like, whatever his name is, the dude who's always getting in trouble. My favorite guy of all time.
Bryce Hall.
Bryce Hall goes, Bryce Hall says, oh, we never see him at the house anymore. You know, we never see him at the Sway house anymore. But honestly, it's like Noah's probably a really good guy. He's like, I can't be bringing Dixie to this bro house.
Right.
Like, how would you like if you were like, you had to wake up every day, like a bunch of dudes are just, I don't know. I just feel like as a guy, he's being very respectful for that.
And Dixie just got her own place. From the looks of it, it looks like a high rise. So that could either be in Westwood or downtown Los Angeles area. But she has her own place. And I think maybe a big reason of her getting her own place was she didn't want to bring Noah home to her parents,
Possibly.
right? And she was sick and tired of waking up at the Sway house if that ever happened. So yeah.
Also, they're so new in their relationship. They're probably obsessed with each other. They want to be together every single day and night. So of course he's going to stay over her house all the time. And of course his boys are going to give him crap for it because that's what boys do.
Well, I always wonder too, when the paparazzi's talking to them, they always go home together. That's the other thing too, that no one's like, it's like, they're not dating. It's like, yeah, but why are they getting in the same Uber?
Where do they go? Right.
Yeah. Where do they go? Where are they going?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's hard though to live in like one of those houses with all those dudes. I mean, I'm a lot older, so I just I'm like, wow, I could never do that. I can't even live. Like, I have a roommate who's like here once a month, and I can't even do it.
Oh my God,
so
me neither. I live alone, and I love it.
It's crazy. Yeah. So it's like, it's also this growing up phase that I think that we might see them get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, they're also young, like they're in college kind of, or they're college age. So it makes sense that they are like living with other people. I'm sure once they get into their mid 20s, they'll start to kind of venture off and live by themselves or whatever.
Well, we're seeing that with the Hype House, because the Hype House members, some of them are like in their early 20s. Like we saw it with Taylor Holder. Like Taylor Holder left the Hype House to get his own place. He also has been dating Charlie Jordan a lot now. So like, of course, there's speculation. Well, are they living together? But I do feel like when you're in your 20s in a relationship, that you do spend a lot of time together, and because there's not your parents like making you come home.
And there's no kids or responsibilities.
There's no kids, responsibilities. Like you
the
spend
responsibility is to your loved one. And it's like, that's the thing. It's like, it's hard to be in a relationship and then live in a freaking fraternity house.
Right.
Like that just
exactly. You don't get any privacy.
You need that privacy.
It's true. It's true. And they're
remember,
learning about each other.
These houses are enormous. They are mansions. Like I'm sure it can be kind of private. These situations are a little different.
It's still annoying. I mean, my fraternity house is huge too. It's still annoying.
they're gigantic, but I'm sure there's still shared bathrooms and there's a
Yeah.
shared, kitchen and a shared living room. And so it's kind of, I don't know. I think as a couple, you kind of want your privacy and you want your own
sure.
space. So
Because he or she cooks for each other. There's like certain things you do through relationship stuff, and like that ain't happening at the Sway house. Like Dixie ain't waking up and cooking a breakfast for Noah at the Sway house, unless if she is. That's phenomenal.
Something tells me that Noah's the one who makes breakfast in that
Yeah,
relationship.
I would say so too.
That's kind of my prediction there.
Me as well.
Yeah. Well, Noah did break up some other truths that came up with the lie detector test. He admitted that he would never join the Hype House, okay, unless the Sway House kicked him out. He also confessed that he regrets doing this ab roller ad for TikTok because it was embarrassing. And he admits that he thinks Josh and Bryce will probably serve some jail time at some point. Apparently, Noah is also pretty confident in his appearance. Yeah. When asked if he ever looks in the mirror and thinks he's ugly, Noah said yes, which the lie detector picked up as actually being a lie. So apparently Noah never looks in the mirror and doubts his looks, but I mean, he's a very attractive man. Noah also confessed that he cried last month and that a girl made him cry, but not like a girl in his life had made him cry, not that last month a girl made him cry. And he also said, this is interesting to me, that he 100% would start an OnlyFans. And also when he was asked about his relationship with James Charles, Noah admitted that he thinks James is cute, but when asked if he's sexually attracted to him, Noah said no, which the lie detector test picked up as a lie. But that could also be like how comfortable he was with that question.
Gabby, we're really taking this to another conversation now.
We got a lot to unpack here, Gabby.
A lot to unpack here.
Where do we even start? Well, let's start with OnlyFans, okay?
The OnlyFans to me is out of all those things that came out, the OnlyFans to me is something that I think is interesting about his relationship with Dixie, because while it's definitely his right to do something like that, of course, I do wonder what it's like. And I can imagine that it must be an obstacle in a relationship if your significant other has an OnlyFans. But I know it happens.
Yeah, but what is OnlyFans these days? I feel like it's turned into something that it didn't start off as. Like now it's just a way to get intimate with your fans. You don't have to post, sexy pictures on it.
True. And then we're also seeing more and more TikTok creators are also doing like a close friends kind of like app thing.
Yeah,
like
it's a way to get more money from your fans. So to build your net worth. So why not? Good for him if he has the fans to pay him monthly.
Yeah.
Good for him. But let's talk about this James Charles situation. Because I mean, I think those are just rumors. That's just funny banter. What do you think, Tony?
I at first I was like, this guy Noah, you never know. I thought Tom Cruise was gay too, so you just never know. These are just the rumors of Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. Because the guy's off there, doing Chippendale dance moves. He's taking his shirt off. He's like doing things I just can't do it. I'm a straight guy. So I just don't think I would have that in me. Maybe it's a different generation to be like throwing your abs and like sway dancing and humping the floor and stuff. Totally. I just don't see a straight man doing that. But I think he comes from a different generation where like men and women have evolved, and they all like to dance, and they all like to be flamboyant. Everybody likes to be masculine, not feminine.
Everybody's shaking their booty these days.
Everybody's shaking. Everybody's twerking.
Everybody, even the grandmas.
I mean, the guy is metrosexual. So I just don't know. I really can't. You can't point a finger unless somebody says that they like men. But I think this humbleness thing about him, like I said, like he's very genuine and humble, which is shocking to the world. So people point fingers and say, you're that, or you might be that, or you might like James Charles. But I think he's a rare breed where he's just like a really good guy, and people want to find out why. They want to figure that out.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes people say the nice guy finishes last, because sometimes the nicest person in the room is the person that gets picked on the most. And I know in this video, it's all out of love, but it's still the case.
Well, and if you remember when we first met Noah Beck before he was Doa, when he was just Noah, we saw him a lot with James Charles. Him and James Charles were pretty inseparable. They were making a lot of content together, and of course, people were curious about Noah's sexuality. And I think James probably like in a fun way like leaned into that as kind of like, because of course I think he found Noah attractive. And I think Noah really liked the friendship because James in a way kind of took him under his wing and was making videos with him. I mean, so did Blake of the Sway Boys, but So I understand why that rumor came to be, but I do also wish that we wouldn't have rumors like that happen.
Yeah,
and
well,
that,
I really want to say, like, we need to normalize gay men and straight men being friends.
yes,
Like,
friends,
150%. It's not that serious. Also, like, I'm gay and I flirt with some of my straight friends, and it's not that serious. It's not that deep. So the rumors on the internet, they just like explode and turn into things that they're not, and we need to just stop doing that.
They definitely do. I feel like there's like, you know, their makeup, for instance. Didn't like Noah get like done up makeup wise by James Charles or somebody?
Probably. And he's like, he did like a fashion challenge with Lorray where he like dressed up as like Lorray and they like styled each other. We need to normalize that too. Straight men can wear makeup. Straight men can wear different outfits. Like, we just need to normalize all of these new things in 2020. And I'm really happy to see the way the country is going, like the direction of this.
I feel like in like another 5 years, it will become a very, oh, you did your makeup video, you didn't do your makeup video. I mean, and it can be a joke and it cannot be a joke. It's whatever you choose it
whatever
to be.
you choose, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I used to wear eyeliner all the time in theater school. Like I'd come out of a play, I'd have that eyeliner on. You know what I mean?
Really makes your eyes pop, Tony.
Eyes were popping.
Amazing. We'll have to do your makeup one day, Tony.
Please, please, James Charles and Zach, come over and do my makeup.
I will.
I do think that we should normalize that, but you would also say the same thing, that we should also normalize that, you know, people of the desired sex hanging out with each other. Like, just because a guy and a girl are spotted at Saddle Ranch doesn't mean that they're dating. I think that.
But recently, it's kind of always turned out that way. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that, like, well, I'm thinking of the Griffin Johnson and Kelly Osbourne situation.
Oh,
and I do think that was. Now I'm thinking that's platonic.
Of course it's platonic. Are you kidding me? Whoever thought that it wasn't platonic? I don't know how old Kelly Osbourne is, but she could probably be his mom.
But that's not fair too, Zach, because, you know, we should also normalize the fact that they are
exactly.
age gaps. And
100%.
we normalize a 35-year-old man dating a 21-year-old girl all the time. We should be able to flip that as well. But I think that, you know, I feel like whenever we talk about a couple that is dating, it's not just because they're seen having dinner together. There's more to the story. It's that they, you know, they had other cute, cozy pictures together. Or even right now, a story that just broke is Cole Sprouse is spotted with this model, right? And they're hugging and they're looking super intimate. So of course people are thinking that she is his new girlfriend because they're so close, like that. Not just because they were spotted hanging out together. So
I have a theory about attention. I feel like people of today love attention, no matter where they get it from.
100%.
And then once it happens, people will think, oh, that person might be gay, or that person might, whatever they think they are. But the real factor of this is we are all looking at who looked at our stories. We are all taking amazing, but a lot of us are taking these insane ab photos with our shirt off because we know we can get the fans only attention.
It's called a thirst trap.
We put up the thirst trap, and you know, it's honestly not as real as it is. Like, people put up thirst traps now almost like automatically, like a robot. They're not like really trying to damage anybody or hurt anybody, or they're not really like, they don't need it that bad, the thirst, but they just do it because it's part of our, like, it's part of this culture that we live in. So, you know, I think that Noah, going back to Noah, loves to take his shirt off and loves to dance because he has a hot, sexy body.
Well, also, if you look at your engagement, and your analytics as these influencers, you're going to get double the amount of views when your shirt's off versus your shirt being on.
And that's really where we are.
You can argue that the shirtless thing is also for Noah's career, because if he is looking to be an actor, the roles he's going to get at this age is the heartthrob, is the cute guy next door. He's probably going to have his shirt off a lot on camera. I mean, look at the cast of Riverdale. Like, that is what is in his future. So it makes sense that, like, just as an actor, you post a lot of like headshots. It would make sense why Noah has a lot of content where it seems like his shirt is never on, because you know, he's looking to book those roles. It makes a lot of sense.
And I feel like I see Noah doing more like childhood actors. I see him more on like Disney or like Nickelodeon before, if he wants to get into like movies and stuff. I don't know. Right now, as an actor, I see him more doing like Zoe 101, like super fitting for him.
Well, and I think, but his shirt was off in the Dixie D'Amelio music video, and I think he could
True.
be cast as the love interest in music videos. I think we will see him. I mean, it's good that he has that connection with Nickelodeon. I feel like we'll see him do more content, right? Zoe 101's Nickelodeon, not Disney,
Yeah,
right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
So we'll see him on maybe more Nickelodeon.
My favorite
content.
show as a kid, everyone.
I mean, I would love to see him. Maybe he'll be in something with Annie LeBlanc, you know, who also has. Maybe we'll see him on Side Hustle, which is coming out soon.
Yeah, he just has to keep doing those self tapes.
Keep doing those self tapes.
Keep
Noah,
at it.
Working at it. I hope he has a good tripod and lighting setup, a nice ring light there with the
Does
sides.
Dixie help out with the self tapes? Now that's the cool question.
Yeah.
Does Dixie help out with the self tapes?
I feel like Dixie would
reading?
have fun with it too.
Well, guys, so Dixie D'Amelio and Noah Beck have both said that they love each other. They celebrated 1 month of dating. Let us know what you think is in the future for Doa. We want to hear from you. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Zach Weinberg.
I'm Tony Morris, and keep it here for more and your 24/7 celebrity news. What up?
See you later.